Hi, I'm Dr. Elisabeth Crim. I'm a licensed psychologist and a certified relax and renew yoga trainer. I'm also the founder and director of Moonstone Center. I want to welcome you to this edition of The Healer's Life. It's a newsletter and video I put out through Moonstone Center on behalf of the center and myself. You can learn more about Moonstone Center at moonstonecenter.com and more about me at drelisabethcrim.com. I want to chat with you today about one of the things that's prevalent in the month of June, and that is Father's Day. Last month I didn't actually get a video out, but I did put out a letter and a message about mothers and Mother's Day and talked about my own mother. Had quite a few responses from many of you. It seemed to touch you, remind you of your own tender or powerful relationships with your own mothers, some who are still living and some who have left and moved on. I've also started getting contacts from some of you who are interested in my work with compassion fatigue and self-care, and how to really attend to the mind and body healing and health and growth process. The way I do in my practice through consultation, but also in your own personal life as a healer or educator, healthcare provider, in the ways that you might want to do that for yourselves. And what I'm learning is it's a really exciting way to connect with people and begin to help you find resources in your own community to begin to do what I do here, or work with me directly in a way that can work as well, whether it's bringing me into your organization or talk about consultation or your own psychotherapy. It's been very fulfilling. Thank you for each contact you make with me. I want to talk today about Father's Day this month. It's coming up in the next week. Each of us have a father, just by the nature of our being alive and existing. And the word father and the word mother both can evoke very strong emotions, some positive, some negative. Each of us have different experiences with those people who are our fathers. Some of us don't even know who our fathers were, but had other wonderful men in our lives, or maybe difficult men in our lives who function in roles that kind of replayed or accessed or touched those dynamics that fathers do. Some of us don't even relate to the word father other than as a term. It's more of dad or daddy or papa, or different terms for different cultures and families over the ages. I think one of the things that I am struck by very intimately in the last week or so, and I hope maybe it can touch you, is the experience of my own stepdaughter graduating from high school. She's the youngest of the family and the youngest of all the children in our family to graduate. So they're all out and gone, and we had a very powerful experience of my husband's father, who's 91, and his mother coming in. His mother's 87, will be 88 soon, flying in from Florida with my husband's sister and family. It was a large family gathering. But to observe this man who's 91 and look at how he still, even as he is obviously aging, still has such strength and intention of care for the entire family. It was very moving. It caused me to reflect on how loved I felt by him, how that even though he's not my own biological father and I've only known him a short period of time in compared to my whole life, I feel very cared for, very protected, and very nurtured in a very masculine way by him, like a father, like my own father. This is especially meaningful to me because my own father passed away several years ago from cancer, and he was vibrant and had a wonderful life. He was actually already 83 years old, but he was one of these men who you knew would live to probably 95 or 100, except that he had pancreatic cancer. And I feel very fortunate to have had my father. He wasn't one of those tender, easy, gentle men. He was from that World War II generation. He was very tough, very firm, kind of stoic, doesn't show a lot of emotion. I think I saw him cry maybe once, and it was a shock to me. Masculinity has changed so much over the generations, and fathers are much more engaged in the nurture in the way that is emotional and connecting in a way that they weren't as much in those earlier generations. But my father also had a lot of strength and care and provision. Our finances were taken care of, our home was taken care of, basics were covered, and school was assured. There were various things that he took care of, and he and my mother had very clear roles, and I felt very loved and cared for by him. And when things were at a crisis state, he was the one I wanted to go to for the most strength, the most resolve to make sure things were taken care of. And I think that it's changed so much. I watched my own husband as he fathers our children, as we saw our youngest graduate. I would marvel when we first started dating and the children were young at how he could just romp and play and be so attuned emotionally to each of their needs in a way that's very different than a feminine nurture, than a mother nurture. It's different than, there's a different strength, a different compassion, a different tenderness, a different type of gentle strength, provision and care that he offers and provides that I can acknowledge feeling in certain ways that are more feminine, but they're distinctly masculine and very powerful, very safe. They still provide that sense of safety and assurance and confidence and care and knowing that you're going to be provided for. But it's fascinating when you read my message this month in the newsletter, as I walk through my experience of my father-in-law, my own dad, my daddy, and looking at my husband Bill and his role as daddy and dad to these children. And I just marvel. And I also think about my own therapist. I have a male therapist in my life at this time. I've had a female therapist, and the work is different from each of them. It has been very healing in different ways. And I think many of us may have had the gift of having a relationship with a man who you could nurture with that intimacy and tenderness. And some of us had it differently, but it was still care in a very strong, maybe more detached way. There's so many different ways to love and be a man. And I think we're in an era where it's changing and evolving, and women are doing things that men used to do, and men are doing things women used to do, and it's less clear on who does what and what those roles are. But there's still a feeling of a subtle energy and sometimes profound energy. So I just want to acknowledge all of you men who nurture and are healers and healthcare providers, and say thank you for how you stand in and provide your care through your lens and your life experience and your own genetic makeup and how you've been shaped. And I just want to honor you on Father's Day. Some of you may have never actually biologically fathered a child, but if you're a therapist or a healthcare provider, there's many people that you have offered male nurture to and fathered in different ways. I just want to honor each of you and say thank you. It is a privilege to be able to walk side by side, to be cared for by you, to refer to you, to team with you, to serve you, and to be served by you. So I hope you go out from today and think about your own experiences with the men in your life. Some of them positive, some of them wonderful, and some of them not so great. And let yourself kind of meander through those and offer up some gratitude. Maybe take a moment to acknowledge those men directly if you can, or maybe just offer up a prayer of gratitude if they've moved on or you're not able to connect with them. But give space to consider that this week. Look for an opportunity to appreciate the men in your life over this month. June is also a month where we're getting out of school and going and playing and have kids around a little bit more often. So enjoy the children who may show up more often, either in your neighborhood or in your own home, as they're out of school and maybe a little bit more available. Enjoy the next few days and what the summer brings. And I'll talk to you again in July. Check out the website for any upcoming events, or if you want to invite me in to speak to train your staff, or if you want to call and consult or seek psychotherapy, give us a call, reach out, and we'll look forward to connecting with you. Hope you have a good day.